Hi, welcome to the Open Social Roadmap for 2025, recorded in our headquarters in Enschede. Today we'll show you what our plans are for next year's, a bit of a look back on last year, and also our new vision for the years to come. So today I'll be joined by our CTO Bram, our head of product Moritz, our senior product owner Stefano, and Daniel, our product strategist. As mentioned, we'll first look a little bit back on the successes of 2024, stress what our vision is for our platform in 25, and next we'll go into a step-by-step roadmap for each of our products. And here below you'll find the links to each of these sections, so if you want to skip a section, feel free to do it. So we are looking back on a great 2024. One of the highlights was the Open Social Summit we've done for the second time in Amsterdam. Many of you have joined, so I really want to give a big shout out to all the attendees and all the speakers. It was very interesting with talks from the United Nations, the UN, WACS, UN Women, for example, and we shared both strategies, things about how Open Social can best leverage to create engagement, and of course discussed our roadmap and product vision. We are planning another summit next year, but as I'm becoming father again, we decided to do it after the summer, and we will announce the location. We've also heard that you want a 2-day summit this time, so one with more presentations, and perhaps a second day more with workshops. So stay tuned, we'll announce it as soon as possible. Then another highlight of this year was definitely the launch of our platform for IATA, that's called IATA Connect. It's a platform that helps to create more safety and safety awareness in the global aviation sector. And the platform has been launched behind a login, so it's not directly accessible, but we'll share more and more about this case study in times to come. We've learned a lot from this project, how to structure Open Social, to not just create engagement in the platform, but also to do more with collaboration. And that's something that we are seeing more and more actually, so we want to talk a little bit about that. So how did our platform vision evolve? Well, this year we talked a lot about how Open Social is more than just a community management system and just more than a cloud platform. We launched AI, we are looking at increasing engagement, but we're also seeing more and more engagement. And that made us really rethink what Open Social can do for organizations. So we went a little bit back to the drawing board, and one of the things that we were seeing is that Open Social is used in more ways than just for the community experience. The community experience platform that we've been talking about is really focusing on how do we build a community across different channels. So from the entire journey, from your website to the community management system to other channels such as Slack or email or native app. And we're quite successful in that, but we're also seeing an additional need on top of that. And perhaps that is our core strengths and also where we are delivering most value. And that is around the collaboration that is taking place in the community management system. And that can be collaboration in very different ways. And we're seeing more and more use cases of Open Social being used in this way. For example, the PICS project for the European Commission is all about collaboration about certain information for national member states of the European Commission. IATA, as mentioned before, is using it around auditing and about their structured flow of making sure that members of the association have access to the right information, but it's also updated, and also people with the right permission can then work on these audits. We're seeing the United Nations platform Spark Blue used around knowledge management, and not just for the UNDP, but for other organizations within the UN, UNESCO, UNICEF. So it's a network of collaboration around, for example, the Sustainable Development Goals. And then our latest addition, a platform that we'll launch actually this month, is a platform for the World Bank, their global platform that is all around collaboration around development goals, but also, for example, crises. So what we're seeing is not just about creating engagement in the platforms, but it's also about collaboration. So what we have been seeing is that open social is not just used to build community engagement, but that it's more than that. That when we look at the purposes of our clients, that open social is being used to reach those goals, and that it's all about collaboration of the community to reach those goals. And that can be in a variety of platforms. It can be around creating standards or creating audits or creating knowledge. But there's always an artifact that the community is collaborating on. And because of that, we have been rethinking, are we building just a community experience platform, or are we building something more and perhaps better? And that's why today we want to share with you that we're changing the platform from just an experience platform to what we call a community collaboration platform. So what does that mean? Well, it means that we don't just look at creating great engagement for your community platforms, but we're also investing in collaboration tools. And that can be collaboration in different ways, on documents, on data, on sharing knowledge, or on access knowledge. And of course, most important is that we create a good management tools. So what are the complex hierarchies, for example, that a platform needs to adhere to? Because we know that your organizations are complex by its nature, that they have unique purposes and goals. So we want to make sure we cater to them specifically. So today we'll talk a bit more about our community management system, really the core of what we're doing at Open Social. But we're also talking more about Gaia AI. There was a very successful proof of concept launched this year. We're very proud of that. And we are happy to announce today that we're expanding on that roadmap heavily. We're also introducing a new product called Engagement Studio. And then on top of that, we'll talk a bit more about what we're doing to create insights and analytics for your platforms. So without further ado, I would like to ask Daniel to join me here to talk a little bit more about this renewed strategy of Open Social. So I've been joined by our colleague Daniel. Daniel is a product strategist at Open Social. Hi Daniel, welcome.
Hi Taco.
We've been working very hard on the renewed strategy, going from a community experience platform to a collaboration platform.
Yep.
Why do you think this is necessary to take this evolutionary step?
Yeah, I think what it really boils down to is, what can we do and how can we present ourselves and develop the platform in the way that we can do most to help our customers forward. And it also made us rethink, what kind of purpose and what kind of community fits best, fits well with what we're trying to achieve. And what we really came down to is, large-scale communities that have a very clear purpose, that really want to achieve something as a community. So really those kind of groups and teams and working groups that are there to create some sort of reports, a standard, a protocol, right? So typically with a clear formalized process, these kinds of environments and contexts are really where Open Social tends to excel.
Yeah, because why do you think there's so many tools out there? Why do you think Open Social is best positioned to take up this quite new space?
Yeah, so this is also really where the focus comes in, right? So this is a very particular type of community, you could say. And over the 12, 13 years that we've been working on the platform, the flexibility, key focus on a sort of enterprise level banking grade security and governance options are really the core things that have been there from the start. Yep.
Right. All right. Thank you for explaining, and great to have you on board. So next up, we will talk about our roadmap for the products, a little bit about what we have been doing, and also what our plans are for 2025. So first up, we'll talk about our core product, our community management system. And with me is Stefano Tabarelli, our senior product owner of the community management system, and also our core Open Social distribution. So Stefano, welcome.
Thank you, Taco. Nice to be here. Oh, I want to talk a bit about the 2024, the achievement we have done, because I think they are impressive. So let me start with the group update. That is maybe something that is not very visible, but is at the core of what we have done for the entire year. So, you know, we want to keep be updated with the latest technology for security reason, performance reason, and to assure the best quality to our customers. So, group is at the core of the CMS, and during this year we made a major effort to upgrade to the latest version in order to benefit from the new features, the new as I said, security and performance upgrades, and also to get rid of some of our, let's say, outdated code base. As you know, OpenSocial has been in the making for 8+ years, and we need to keep on upgrading and improving our code and our features. And this one took the entire 2024 from beginning till the end. But the achievement is incredible. We have updated every single line of code in our code base, and there are millions. And as a result, we have a more stable system, better performances that you can see on many pages, overviews, search everywhere. So for the customer is really beneficial, and also for us for maintainability and for future-proofing the product. Next step is about something also related to performances. So we create a smoother flow when you load any page. For now, we focus on the stream. Stream is visible on the main overview, in groups, in courses, etc., also in some blocks. And we are going to expand this in 2025 and making it available on possibly every page, every block on the platform. And the idea is that real performance and perceived performance should work together. So it's not nice to have an empty page, a white page, while the page is loading for maybe a second or 2 seconds. So having this nice and smooth transition is also something you're familiar with many softwares, some apps that you have on your phone, etc. So this one is also a great improvement from a design and a usability point of view. And then, of course, we always focus on improving and extending the functionalities that we have on the platform. Here is the search. Search is a key point for every user to find the resources that they are looking for. So we already have, of course, a powerful search. We improve the design and the way that you can interact with it. So we have a starting page where you can find different type of content related to your keyword. You can see you have users, you can have content, groups, events, everything there ordered by relevancy. So we hope that you can already find what you're looking for right from the beginning. Otherwise, you can go deeper, just filter on your groups, on your events, and filter down with extra opportunity, extra options. And then we extend the organizations, of course. Organizations is a feature that we have for a couple of years now, and we see that more and more customers are using it and benefiting from it. And we want to make all the functionalities that we have available on the platform also available for organizations. The first one was to add this multiple content list block also for organization pages. It's a very functional block. It's a block that allows users to showcase their content in one simple block. That, as you can see, shows events, groups, everything that you have on the platform related to a specific topic, for example, on your page, on your organization page. And on this, we improved the organization block that you can see on the left. So we made better presentation, better concentration of content and information that you can find right from the beginning when you see your organization page. And also we improved the visibility of organizations. You can see on the left the organization block where we display the information about the organization. It's better design, better usability. And also we extended our event calendar block to show all the events that are going on in this organization or maybe on the platform. You can see you can have a monthly view, a weekly view, a daily view, and clicking on the event, you can interact with it, you can see where it's taking place, when it's taking place, you can add to your calendar, etc. So it's a very nice feature that now is available also for organizations. Last but not least, is about improving the visuals all across the CMS. So we constantly try to improve the way that every element on the platform looks and feels and you can interact with. One that we focused on during 2024 was the profile preview, as you can see. So now we have more information there, more options to interact with it. You can follow the user, you can read about his organization, where he belongs to. You can message the user directly. So it's really a complete starting point to understand and start to know a new user on the platform. This is about 2024. Now I want to talk to you a bit about 2025. So the first stop is the organization and multi-level community vision. It's a mouthful. It's a great idea that we are working on. We are still shaping the vision together with our customers. We already have an organization feature, of course. It's something that we built a couple of years ago. And now we see that it's becoming more and more prominent for new organizations, large organizations that are embracing open social. And we want to work with them to improve in the right direction. So the idea is that large organizations have multiple goals on the same platform and share vision maybe, but different goals depending on the organization. And we want to find a place on the platform to have this organization living together, but being possibly separated if necessary, or working together if that's the direction the community wants to go. At the same time, we want to improve the way we show the belonging to an organization. So right now, you must be familiar probably with a little check mark next to the user name. You can see it here in this beautiful screenshot. So that shows that the user is part of an organization, is affiliated to an organization, and provides trust. That's one of the keywords here. So a user that belongs to an organization means that has been verified, is active part of the community. So other users can look for this person and contact this person to ask more information, for example. We want to make it more consistent. For now, it's not so transparent. It's not too clear how to become a member of an organization or how to become a certified member of an organization. Also, this information is not available everywhere on the platform, and we want to fix that. So that is step one for 2025. Step two is more tricky and really will take a lot of effort during the year, is the multi-level community hierarchy. So as I was saying, on the same platform, there could be multiple organizations and live next to each other. But each organization could have shared goals, or could be very separated, could be silos, or could be a community. So we want to listen to our customers, see different use cases, shape our vision, and then work together with you to make it happen during the next year. So this one is going to be from different point of views, from a design point of view, from architectural point of view, is going to be a major step. We are going to use the technology that I explained with the group update at the beginning. So we are going to use some of the new functionalities that we gain with the latest update to power the new and improved organization feature. Second is the document collaboration. So one of the things that we want to do in 2025 is collaborating more on the platform. We already have a lot of ways to do that, but the new one that is also funded by the European Commission will be the real-time document collaboration. So we already have a great functionality in groups for files, and we are going to start there to integrate this Collabora feature in order to have users collaborating on the same file. The idea is that you don't need to go outside of the community, outside of your platform to collaborate on a file. You don't need to use Google Docs, for example. You can do it directly on the platform. And the important thing is that the files are not going to leave your platform. So it's secure, it's safe, it's private, and is GDPR compliant, of course. So you can see you can utilize all the tools that you're familiar with an editing software. You can add comments, you can leave notes, and you can have versioning. So everything is available directly without leaving our community platform.
Wow, that's a great roadmap we have here. Thank you so much for your presentation, Stefano. With all these new innovations around multi-communities, layered communities, the collaboration tool, you are, as a product owner, always in contact with our clients. What do you think that our clients will be most excited about?
Well, I really like to think that they will be excited about everything we are doing, but especially about the fact that we are listening to them. So these two functionalities for 2025 are really coming from the users' needs that we see in existing customers and new potential customers. So I'm really looking forward to work with them and really shape the vision, and for the multi-layer community and for the collaboration, because should solve some problems. That's the goal that we have. We don't want to just create things for the sake of it, but we want to solve actual problems of our users, our communities, our community members, community managers. So I really hope that we will get great feedbacks, great input, and we will shape it together in 2025.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So next up is something that we are very excited about here at Open Social, our latest product launch called Gaia AI that we've been working on with a big team for the last year, but it's led by our very own head of product, Moritz, and he's here to tell you more about it.
Thank you, Taco. Welcome, everyone. Very excited to share this with you. We have been, as Taco said, working on Gaia AI. We applied here a proof of concept approach where we started with our AI to make sure that we develop something that works for everyone and that works for us. By starting with the concepts of creating an ethical and responsible AI. So for us, it was really important to get this right. And one of the core principles that we work is human in the loop principle, where we have the core aspect that we want to create co-pilots rather than autonomous agents. So that means that people can always work with the AI and not the AI replace community managers, users, or anything else. But the AI should work as a co-pilot, helping them making good decisions, finding right content, and generally having a better experience on the platform. We also apply other principles that make sure that our AI is beneficial for the community, but also works safely and within standards that we as a company stand behind. So the proof of concept that we launched has 3 core features: the Gaia Editor Assistant, the Gaia AI Chatbot, and the Gaia Relevancy Score. We selected those features based on a few categories. So how achievable is it to launch it, to interact with it, also to test it out, and how much impact it will have. So based on those variables, we came to those 3 features. We have more on the roadmap where I'm very excited to extend on. But those 3, I think, help us really explore different areas of AI in terms of how can we help creators, how can we help the community managers, and how can we help people that search for assistant on the platform. So for the creators, we have the Gaia Editor Assistant that helps them to adjust language, to adjust the content that's being created, even generate content as you know it from ChatGPT or Claude or something like this, some large language model, but it generates it in a safe environment where the data isn't being used for training, it isn't being pushed back into the systems, so it keeps things within the ecosystem, and you can train the tone towards your corporate language so that like the tone adjustment will represent a text on your platform in the corporate tone, helping organizational content creators to create landing pages, blocks for FAQs or other things in a uniform language. For the Gaia AI chatbot, we launched it for now in the POC to help as a support assistant, answering any questions around Open Social on our own community, which is Community Talks. So it's only trained at the moment on the book pages that explain Open Social, but this can be extended and trained on different sources. For the relevancy score, we thought a little bit outside of the box. How can we help community managers, in this specific case, moderators in discussions, to evaluate, how can we help them to evaluate content better and only focus on relevant things that do need assistance. So the relevancy score scores from 0 to 100, really taking the context of a content that's being placed into account and helping the moderators in this case to find problematic content, flagging things that have a too low rating as potential spam, or flagging them as maybe not relevant, or flagging them for review. This reduces the time that moderators need to spend on community management drastically because it helps them only focus on the things that really need attention. So all of this is done with the AI Drupal module, which is going to be part of the Drupal core platform. And as our principles of the company also dictate, we help Freely Give, who is maintaining this module, to expand on this module, developing a lot of the things we're doing open source and collaborating with the whole Drupal community to progress the AI initiatives within the Drupal community. So very proud that this is open source, that it uses ethical principles for the AI creation, and that we can work with the whole Drupal community on progressing this. So I've been talking a little bit about the proof of concept, but we obviously want to have a full product launch for this within 2025. So OpenSocial's Gaia AI will be a framework of Gen AI assistants, as I mentioned, built into our core product. And it will help content managers, creators, anyone in the community to have a better experience with the community. And for the full product launch, we still need to work on some stabilization and optimization. Part of the proof of concept was gathering feedback from the community on a micro level. How do certain features work? Is something missing? But also on a macro level, what do they expect from AI and what would make it a viable product for them? So we're working on those improvements. We want to really include those 3 features in the first product launch, but extending them. So for example, for the chatbot, we want to extend it to be able to index every content on the platform. For the relevancy score, again, we want to extrapolate it only from the discussions towards other content types, so that in the back end, the community managers can rate or have ratings of different posts being placed. And then in the future, you can extend this further, right? And see, for example, well, this content isn't great in that community, it isn't great in this group, but maybe in another group it gets a much higher relevancy score. Take direct actions in this admin menus that we're going to create and so forth. So this are going to be actual improvements on those 3 features, but also we want to help Freely Give to include more evaluation aspects in the product. So for example, tools like, was this helpful? Was that what you're looking for? And so forth, just to have some qualitative and quantitative feedback when it's being used in the product in reality.
Wow, thank you so much, Moritz. It's super exciting. I'm also a big fan of AI, and seeing this in practice in OpenSocial is amazing. We're seeing a lot of AI that's being developed as proof of concepts, but what we want to do, of course, is using it in real life on production environments. Can you say a little bit more about our view, how we can get this into actual production platforms?
Yeah, so I think part of it is that what we experienced with developing this is that you can get something out very fast. For example, with a chatbot that is working quite fast, but you need to iterate and you need to find proper use cases. So we built a lot of engines behind it where you can work with prompts to optimize it. And I think that's going to be core within the product releases, to use those prompting and actual implementation phases on client platforms to make it work for their use case, to specify those use cases and to keep them at the beginning as small as possible and then iterate on those platforms. So I think having those tools at hand as a site manager in collaboration with our customer success managers and AI experts at Freely Give, it will be vital to get successful product launches quite fast.
And one of our clients is actually sponsoring some of the roadmap, correct?
Yeah, correct. As with a lot of our products that we develop, we collaborate with people that helps us to understand better what is the actual implementation and what's the actual use cases. And it helps our clients to be directly involved in the development. For this case, we work with the UNDP together to get the chatbot live and to test it a little bit more in onboarding scenarios, as I mentioned, keeping the use case really relevant and small. So we want to see how can the chatbot help people in the onboarding journey find the right things faster and find right content and engagement opportunities.
Yeah, so it's really cool the United Nations is using the tool because they're sitting on so much expert knowledge. What will be the most revolutionary thing you think that will accomplish with it?
Yeah, I think for them, they are really engaging on super important topics in the world, and there's a lot of smart people interacting. But part of the problem is that it is sometimes very hidden in documents, in different discussions, hundreds of comments that are very elaborate on topics. So creating synthesis and making sense out of this like flood of information will, I think, really change how people can interact with it, because currently that is something that needs to be manually done by community managers and then provided to the community. And I think our AI tools will help them a lot to make this much more accessible and customizable for the individual user.
Nice, thank you so much. And yeah, we'll share a lot more in time to come about this exciting work.
Thank you, happy to share it with everyone.
So the next thing that we're going to talk about and that I can talk about is the Engagement Studio product. It's a new product that we just finished proof of concept with. Again, as we did with Gaia AI on our own community talks, our customer community, because we like to experience things ourselves firsthand and make sure it works well. So we've done a proof of concept. We'll show a little bit what we've done and also what our vision is in time to come. But why is it needed, this Engagement Studio? Well, this is because there are some challenges in community management that we're seeing time and time again. And not just in open social, but also industry-wide. So for example, in this report from CMX, we're seeing time and time again these same issues appear. It's around optimization, it's around not having enough staff, it's about more engagement and better showing the value of what's actually happening in the community. So we thought, you know, why not take these challenges head on? And this is what resulted in Engagement Studio. And it's very nice, and we'll show you a little bit why we are so enthusiastic about it today. So what our goal is really is about creating timely, intelligent engagement with your community through different types of automations and triggers that can, for example, send out an email message or send out a push notification or something else, pop up on the website, many things. We'll take you a little bit around this. So what can you do with it? Well, it is around creating automated campaigns. For example, around onboarding, around activating people, around certain events or certain workflows and processes where you want more engagement on. For example, to collaborate on a specific document. So here's just a few things that you can do with it. We can look at segments in the community, for example, people that have onboarded or people that have not been onboarded. We could look at anonymous users as a segment that don't have an account yet, and we can next create campaigns to target them. And most important is also that we can see what is actually happening with these campaigns. Are people reading their emails? Are they opening their emails and clicking on them? What's actually happening under the hood of what your open social community collaboration platform is doing? So here, for example, we've done a quick test on our own platform, and the first thing we've done is synchronize the users from the community management system in Engagement Studio. So we have all the accounts in there, all the information in there, and not just from people that signed up by email, but also the anonymous visitors, because we also want to do something perhaps with them. Next, we created a segment. Again, this is for our own proof of concept. So we said we want to create a segment where people have an email address that are not our own staff, and also people that are not yet signed up for the event. In this case, it was a webinar of Open Social. So we took out a segment of the community. We drafted a very nice email. This is also something you can do directly in Engagement Studio, so you don't have to go out and do something in a different tool. And also what we've done to invite people for the Roadmap webinar was to create a pop-up for anonymous users. Again, something you can do in Engagement Studio. So there's a lot more editing capabilities than that you're used to, and that's very useful because we want to do things ourselves. Next, we create a very small, simple campaign. You can do this in the visual editor. You can make it as complex or as simple as you want it. In this case, it was a proof of concept, so all what we wanted to do was, hey, send out an email, and if people clicked on the email, give them 2 points. If people haven't clicked on the email, send another email as a reminder. That's all we wanted to do in this proof of concept. And the cool thing in Engagement Studio, you can actually say not just what email should be sent at what moment, but also how many times, what days, what times, so you can make sure that your email is read. So in this case, we said, if the 5 days expire and it's in the weekend, let's wait until Monday, because otherwise people get it on Monday morning when they're very busy already. And here you can see the results of our campaign and our targeting. So the first email we sent out that was read by people, then a number of people signed up for the webinar, and for the people that didn't sign up and that didn't read their email, we sent out another reminding email. But it's already very cool, right? Because the second email was sent without us touching this. It was just automated, and we could send out more emails or reminders or create an entire workflow around this if we wanted to. And of course, the data is important. And what I thought was really cool here was to see that 50% are opening people on email on their desktop and on their mobile phone. So now we know that our clients are actually reading a lot of our email on their mobile phone. And next time I'll make sure that I design the email even better to be visible on mobiles. So what we've done in this proof of concept is a few things. We've shown that we can segment clients. We can show that we can send a targeted campaign to them. We can target anonymous user with a pop-up, and we can interact with them. So that was great for the proof of concept, but we want to take it a step further and understand how can we help people with onboarding, to see if they're finishing the onboarding process, to see if they finish out their entire profile, and can we make sure that we set them up for a better community experience right from the start. But there's also a use case that people might have been active on the platform, but they drop off after a while. How can we reactivate these people with campaigns that trigger them to come back to the platform and re-engage? And the last thing, what I'm very enthusiastic about is, can we use the lessons from Gaia AI to understand what content is being posted on the platform, what are the interests of the members of this community, and can we match them with a periodical email that says, hey, we think this content that's just been posted is really interesting for you. So here we're seeing what combines the community collaboration platform's products into a unified platform. The community management system, that is the core of things, Gaia AI, that's smart and intelligent, and the engagement studio that helps to actually create the automated interaction. And that's of course our goal. So I am welcoming back Daniel. Earlier today we talked about the community collaboration platform being a hybrid, about focusing on community building and focusing on collaboration. So we're seeing that for community building the goal is engagement and increased engagement, and for the collaboration it is increased productivity. How do you see the engagement studio work to get better results in both of these areas?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, thanks for that question. So this is a really exciting topic to talk about. I think for communities, it's all about member participation to really to realize the value that we set out to have. And what we want to realize here is to essentially reach people where they are. And that can be on very early stages with the community to say, you know what, we're early on, we want to make sure that everybody is clear on the idea and of the community itself, but also the platform, which is new to them, right? So essentially facilitate onboarding and really give sort of that extra push and support. I know that's a hot topic for many of our customers. But then later on, you know, there might be a hot topic, right? There might be a new conversation going on. Let's draw our members in and really have a fruitful conversation that's valuable for everybody.
Okay, super cool. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Then up is our CTO, Bram, who is gonna talk today about our cloud platform, the architecture that is connecting all our products together. And he will tell more about the Connection Hub, where we can integrate our community collaboration platform with other systems. So welcome, Bram.
Thank you very much, Taco. Yeah, as Taco said, we're going to talk about the cloud platform and the Connection Hub later. So first of all, cloud platform, where this year we introduced Cloudflare as a global CDN, which we rolled out to all our customers. The benefit of Cloudflare is that we can deliver a fast performance to a global audience. We know that your organization is typically not local, but is distributed across the world. So we need to be sure that we have a performant experience for both your locals in Asia, in the United States, in Africa, wherever they are. One of the bigger benefits as well to Cloudflare is that it comes with advanced security features, which we have been seen in work over the past years, actively blocking malicious attacks to communities that we can now block automatically without intervention from us, using indeed, as I mentioned, advanced security features. Those are also the things that we'll be enhancing over the coming year, adopting more of these to ensure that we have an even more performant and secure platform that we can deliver to you. We also launched a new file system, enhancing what we can deliver with our CDN. So we now have a way to deliver assets like images or documents or videos to your users quickly, and again, like wherever they are. So we saw like huge improvements on those static assets. We're planning to evolve what we have done there in 2025 to further enhance the security and performance of that. All of those efforts are enhancing also the sustainability of your, environmentally speaking then, of your community platform. So OpenSocial already hosts in data centers that are green, using solar, wind or water powered energy, reducing the carbon emissions that they emit. We carefully select these data centers to ensure that we have we reach the sustainability goals there and lower the carbon emissions that we use for the energy consumptions of powering your community platform. All of the efforts we've done so far and this year have been enhancing that, and we're proud to also move that forward in next year, where we help you to achieve also your sustainability goals for your organization. We'll also be expanding the capabilities that we have in our infrastructure for next year. So we have a way to deliver a performant website for you and your users, but we also know that you have growing communities and your users also expect an even more performant experience in the coming years to come. So we're enhancing, investigating and expanding those capabilities that we have to make sure that we can meet your demands and your end user demands. Finally, something that doesn't cover just the cloud platform is our renewed ISO 27001 certificate, which is something that we have security already embodied in our organization, but it's also been audited again through a week effort with an auditor on site here in Enschede actually and in Amsterdam, where they went through our information security management system, which we actually use to protect your data, making sure that sensitive data is protected from malicious actors, and ensuring that the sensitivity of that is covered properly. Again, covered for 3 years, and we're enhancing that with more to come. Then jumping into the Connection Hub. First of all, this year we've been investing quite a bit in the infrastructure or the core architecture of how we capture events on the platform, like a user signing up, user logging in, creating an event, joining a group, any of those core user interactions that you see and that you are working with on your community platform. We enhanced that and we captured many of these events already. You can see that there's a lot that we have here. There's many different events happening on the platform, and we captured so far the core user interactions, and we're expanding that in 2025, powering also the engagement studio that Taco was presenting earlier, webhooks, and also other use cases that you might see in the future. To show you an example of how that works, we are connecting the CMS with Emma signing up to the community, which is going into our message broker in this case, connecting the CMS to the engagement studio, where we start the onboarding campaign when we receive that event coming in. Next to that, also working on the event-driven architecture is the webhook system. And this is a really interesting feature that I think is very powerful, where we are using it to eliminate repetitive tasks for you as a site manager or community manager. So we can send data of these events happening in real time, like a user signing up or a user logging in, a group being created, to your tools that you already rely on, your systems that you already have, to notify you of changes on the community. In this case, for example, you could think of like when a user signs up, that the task is created in your system to be able to process that onboarding flow properly. Also, again, like we can use the engagement automation, engagement studio for that. Really interesting feature, and we are also adding Zapier to that to make sure that you can also do this without coding, using a no-coding platform for this. Finally, SCIM is a very interesting concept for automated user provisioning and deprovisioning. So, for example, a user being created in your CRM can automatically be created as an account on your OpenSocial community management system, which is then given a role as per your organization's requirements. But if the user leaves the organization, it will also automatically deactivate or remove that account without you having to do anything. So it really removes those manual steps that you need to do, and it prevents human errors from happening for these tasks, ensuring you have a secure and compliant platform. And finally, I think what is also good to understand is that we have several professional services that we provide to our clients. We have a multidisciplinary discovery and strategic planning that we can do for you. We've been doing this for clients. It's been yielding great results. But we also have, if you have customizations or want to work with us or on bringing some of these products and concepts to life, we can work with you with our full stack development and accessibility design efforts. Finally, of course, we do quality assurance, continuous optimization on the platform that we have, and we can support you with training, implementation, and long-term support.
Okay, wow. Thank you so much, Bram, for presenting today. What really intrigues me is this event-driven architecture. So what we're seeing is that these systems, whether it's engagement or collaboration, there's tons of things happening on the platform. People logging in, people engaging with content, posting things. So if I understand correctly, the event-driven architecture, it was developed by LinkedIn in the past to see what is happening in the community and store this information to do something with it, right? Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Taco, for that question. So the event-driven architecture is a bit of a not so sexy topic, I guess, for a customer, because like it's, yeah, what do you do with this, right? It is, however, very important because it powers much more than just the community management system that we have. It's indeed like LinkedIn has been working with Kafka in this case as a technology, and they've been doing a lot of effort into this space. Capturing indeed also the community events, that interaction that they have on LinkedIn in this case, and pushing that to the different components that they have in their infrastructure and ecosystem. And similarly, we want to use this data that we have in the community management system with users logging in, users signing up, and to be able to use that in different products and systems to be able to enhance the experience for both end users, community managers, site platform owners, and really come up with an engagement strategy, as well as just being able to capture much more data and insights from this. So being able to implement this core architecture in Open Social, we ensure that we are able to evolve the community management system beyond what it can do right now. So it's maybe not a super sexy topic for customers. Then again, like it is something that is very instrumental to making sure that we can reach the goals for your community.
So it's very powerful, right? We can down the line see what is happening in the community to optimize it. We can get this information in other systems that our clients are using, like Salesforce or Snowflake or Zapier, so we can trigger things. But we can also send it into systems such as Engagement Studio, so something happens with that information that's being sent into it.
Exactly. I think there are so many different interactions happening on a platform on a daily basis that all of these events are meaningful interaction that you want to do something with. And I think this is one that really enhances that, drives that value. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's super interesting, and I'm sure that a lot of people that are watching today are also very keen on working with us to experiment this more. So if this is something where you're thinking, wow, this is solving a challenge that we're currently having with our existing community platform or a challenge in the organization, please reach out to us, because we're here to work on any challenge that you can put in front of us.
Exactly. Thank you, Taco.
Thank you, Bram. So what we've shown today is that it's all about creating that engagement in the community systems and creating those productivity increasements in the collaboration system. And that hybrid approach is really what will drive us, not in the next year, but in many, many years to come. And of course, we could not have done this without all our amazing partners, clients, institutions, potential clients who are watching this that would like to work with us. Feel free to reach out. As mentioned, we're happily accepting your challenge. And thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. Stay tuned, watch this channel, because we're sharing a lot more on each of the topics that you've been seeing today. Thank you so much.